Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about my thoughts on Iman Vellani's comments about that Marvel needs less team-up movies. So Iman Vellani is best known for playing Miss Marvel. And if you're not too familiar with her, she's not really an actress. She was more of like just a random person on the internet giving her thoughts. And she got the opportunity of a lifetime to play Miss Marvel Kamala Khan in the MCU. And she had her own solo television series. She's appeared in like the Marvels, and she's appeared in their animation and stuff like that. And so like she said in an interview that, I'm only going to talk about like the team up stuff. She said that like for Marvel to move forward, what they should do in the next phases is less team up movies. I do get what she's saying because of the simple fact, like I said, Spider-Man Brand New Day, I just wanted to see Spider-Man characters. I didn't want to see nobody else from the MCU. They could have done without the Hulk and had like Kurt Connors. I don't see the point of Black Widow showing up in this movie. Jean was a weird choice because they just wanted to introduce the X-Men. And of course the Punisher, which, they have teamed up before and had their encounters in the comics. But Daredevil would have been a better choice to team up with that of Spider-Man because they're buds in the comics. And I don't understand what's this legal reason as to why he couldn't show up in the movie when he showed up in the other one. Or at least Matt Murdock did. So I do get the point that, they have team up movies and people disappear in their movies and this and that. But here's the thing, right? If Marvel doesn't do team up movies, we're not going to get a bunch of characters. So I don't understand why she would say this, and other people agree with me online. Like, not everybody can get their solo movie, and not everybody can get their own solo Disney Plus series. Because, like, think about Black Widow. Black Widow first showed up in Iron Man 2 many, many years ago in Phase 1. Since then, she has appeared in team-up movies. Captain America, Winter Soldier, the Avenger movies, and it took 10 years for her to get her own solo movie. Because for whatever reason, for Marvel, she just wasn't a priority for them. But they could have made a solo spy movie with her in it. When they did give her own solo movie, it was this just weird Black Widow world saving ending type thing, which the only point of that movie was to introduce Red Guardian and Yelena and everything. Because of the simple fact, Natasha was dead in the MCU. They literally gave her own solo movie when her character is dead. And just to set up two other characters and stuff. That was just so weird and just weird. So since Black Widow was never a priority for Marvel, it made sense for her to be in team-up movies, because if she didn't, she would not get any exposure. And it's like that with other characters. Like take Falcon, for example. He showed up in Captain America Winter Soldier. After that, he started appearing in more Captain America movies. And then he was in Avenger movies. And then he got his own Captain America movie and his own solo Disney Plus series. But look how long that took. It took 10 whole years. And that's because there are just some characters in Marvel that are big names, and there are others that are not. So if you don't have these team up movies, you're not gonna see a bunch of these characters, and it's gonna be the way superhero movies were over 20 years ago, where you only get Batman movies or Superman movies or X-Men movies or Spider-Man movies and stuff. Or say like Fantastic Four, Blade, Ghost Rider, stuff like that, you know. You're not gonna get all these other characters who are like C and D list or even B list at that point, because of the simple fact they're just not that big of a draw. But being in a team up movie changes the playing field. Not only do they get exposure, but they now are gathering a fan base. And some of these characters who were never popular before, like say the Guardians and stuff, are now big name heroes on people's minds and stuff. And that's because of team up movies. Like, take the Thunderbolts and everything, right? They've all appeared in like Disney Plus series and stuff, and some in the movies. Do you really expect for any of these characters to have their own solo projects? Them? Or the internals and everything, or externals, or whatever they call. I forget their name. I think it's internals. I still haven't seen that movie yet. Do you think any of those characters gonna have their own solo movie? Like, do you? Like, do you? Do you think they're gonna get their own solo Disney Plus series? Come on now. They have to be in team up movies and stuff, because nobody really cares to see them individually and everything. And if you only do solo projects, we're going to be watching MCU movies for the next 100 years and stuff, because, you know, it costs money to make a movie, and it costs even more money to make a solo movie. So it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to pump out like 10 or like, 15 movies a year? No, like that's impossible and everything. Like, what did Paramount Plus dudes say? We're going to put out 30 movies a year? No, you're not. No, you're not. It's impossible to do that. It is impossible. You need the money, the person power, and the time to do that. And you ain't got none of that. And so, like, there's no way, say, like the Thunderbolts, all their characters are gonna get solo movies. It would take too long to produce. Then you have to go to the A-list stars and also make their projects and stuff. It's just impossible to do. So this is why they are in team up movies. And it's like, she has appeared in team up movies. Yes, she got her own solo television series, but then what happened after that? She's been in team up projects ever since. She was in the Marvels team up movie. At the end of the movie, she's now recruiting the young Avengers / champions. That's never gonna happen. Another team up project. She was in Marvel Zombies, another team up project. If she wasn't in these team up projects, Miss Marvel would literally be the only acting job she would have had at that point in time. I'm sorry, but this is one of the problems I have with her. I don't hate her. I do have a problem with her acting because it's not very... Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.